Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to take a real company's website, put it on the operating table, and see what makes its communication work, or in this case, not work. Because there's a huge difference between just saying things and actually being understood.
You know that feeling, right? You land on a homepage, you get hit with a wall of text full of impressive-sounding words, and 10 minutes later, you click away more confused than when you started? Well, that exact frustration is what we're digging into today. And our case study is a consulting firm called TLS Consulting.
All right, so first things first, the promise. When you land on their site, TLS makes a big one. They position themselves as absolute experts, the top dogs in government advisory services. And they roll out all the greatest hits. Vast experience, proven track record, a values-driven approach. I mean, on paper, this all sounds fantastic, doesn't it? This is the image they want to project. But the real question is, does the rest of the website actually back any of this up? And this is where we start to see the cracks. The problem isn't necessarily what they're claiming, it's how they're saying it. And the very first hurdle for any user is the language itself. They lean so heavily on corporate jargon. You know the stuff. Phrases like leverage deep industry knowledge. It sounds professional, sure, but what does it actually mean? It's so vague that it tells you absolutely nothing specific about what makes them special. Honestly, any consulting firm could say that. Okay, take a look at this. This is the headline for their project delivery service. Unparalleled. Exceptional. These are really strong words, right? They're setting the bar incredibly high. Now just keep that headline in your mind for a second. Now let's hop over to a completely different service, their strategy page. Wait a minute, see that? It's the exact same headline. They just swapped out the name of the service. This is a huge red flag. It kind of suggests that the descriptions aren't tailored to the actual services, it's more of a copy and paste job. And here is the proof, right in black and white. For project delivery, they talk about their seasoned professionals. For organizational change management, it's their seasoned consultants. It's basically the same idea, just with slightly different words. If you're a potential client trying to figure out what to hire them for, you have absolutely no idea what makes these two very different services, well, different.
But the problem here runs even deeper than just the words. It's actually baked into the very structure of the website. It creates this confusing, almost hostile journey for anyone trying to learn more.
Okay, look at this map of the site. Let's trace a user's path. You click on services because, well, you want to see their services. You get a list, you scroll to the bottom, and you see a button that says More Services. What do you expect to see? New services, right? But no. When you click it, you're taken to a page with the exact same list of services you just saw. You're literally stuck in a loop. It's a dead end that just leads to frustration.
So, the bottom line is, the site doesn't guide you, it just sends you in circles. It makes it almost impossible to find what you're looking for. To put it bluntly, they've made it really hard for people to actually hire them. All right, so we've diagnosed the issues, but just pointing out what's wrong is the easy part. How can they actually fix this? How do you go from all this vague, confusing language to communication that's actually clear and compelling? Well, it really comes down to 3 pretty simple steps. First, just use simple words. Stop leveraging deep industry knowledge and just say, we use our experience in finance too. It sounds so much more confident. Second, show, don't just tell. Instead of saying you deliver exceptional outcomes, show me a case study that says you cut project costs by 20%. That builds instant credibility. And finally, detail your process. A potential client wants to know how you do what you do. That's what they're paying for.
So why did we spend all this time dissecting one single website? Because these problems and these solutions, they aren't just for consulting firms. These principles apply to absolutely everyone, whether you're building a billion-dollar brand or just trying to write a clear email to your boss.
So here are the lessons for all of us. Simple and clear will always beat complicated and clever. Being specific is how you build trust. And every single word on your site, every link, every button needs to have a clear purpose to guide your user from a place of confusion to a place of confidence.
I'll leave you with this one question to think about for your own work. Your company, your personal brand, your project, it's communicating something 24/7. It's talking all the time. The real question you have to ask is it all just noise, or is anyone actually listening?